What's good, YouTube? Back with another Market Watch, always the news here first. And today, we see Soul of Silver Mountain is $15? Well, you always want to check eBay because we see an option from Canada for about 6 and then 7 and then 10. So it is quickly rising, and all these cheap ones are from Canada. So then Singapore, then from Australia. Realistically, the only USA one on eBay is 22. And so what's with this? Well, again, we look at the OCG, and Junishishi hype is real. This card takes 2 level 3 Earth monsters, and what it can do is lock one of your opponent's spell and trap cards to not be activated while this remains face up on the field. And it also, when it destroys a monster by battle, while it has an Xyz material, can target an Earth monster in your graveyard and special summon it and face up defense. So, this card hasn't been reprinted. It's from Return of the Duelist, where the spellbook era happened, and I actually had to, got a ton of these back then, but I don't think I have them anymore. But definitely a pretty insane price for a future deck, for a super rare that was quite abundant, but I guess is not so abundant anymore. There was hype with this card once before. It was a $3 super, ooh, but it quickly went back down to almost nothing. So let's go ahead and look at Gentei Kagasuchi Ultimate Rare. Now this card is $13 over here on TCG, and only, what is that? Almost $9? For multiple, but again, Canada ruining these prices with the lowness. But honestly, that's a good thing to have other options. It'll just take a little longer to get to you. But definitely low quantity, five of them, and only 1 over here. So a huge kind of buyout situation is happening with these cards, I'm guessing, or they're just really that hype. This takes 2 level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters. And it has a good effect. When this card is Xyz summoned, send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard, or your entire deck if less than 5 cards, so it does not deck you out. Also, this card gains 100 attack for each bujin card sent to the graveyard by this effect. Probably not using that. If a bujin Beast type warrior monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach an Xyz material from this card, and instead of destroying that one monster, you can only control one Bujintei Kagasuchi. So it works in tandem with Tsukiyomi, actually. Kind of interesting. We go to Infernoid and Nunku. I'd said in my past Market Watch, hey, look at Nunku. It's probably going to go up if Devyati is so far up, and the hollowed out version has proven that. $15, and the next one's $500 by Delusional Gaming. A little delusional there, but $15 lowest for an unlimited ulti. It definitely, I think if Devyati is $15, Anunku, the secret rare, is still at $1.50. Last we looked at was at 50 cents. It is getting bought out as well in anticipation, because it's the cheapest it will be. And then we go and look at the ultis on eBay. The lowest is $13.50 and then $18. So after this is gone, $16 and $18 are the lowest on market. And if you wanted a complete set, all 3 of those are just gone. Now we go and look at E-Emergency Call. E-Emergency Call is at $17 light play for the secret rare, the hollowed out version. The rest are all still like dollars, or and cards from the show tend to go up like this. This is why I stressed in my guide to buying out cards, or buying cards that you're going to buy large quantities of. You want a mix of collectability and playability. E-Emergency Call hits that medium. So, excuse me. We see $19 lowest, $19, $19, and the hype is real. And we go over here to eBay, $9, $9. So definitely a huge disparity between TCG player and eBay there. eBay clearly winning throughout this entire Market Watch video. It seems the TCG player hype is real. So you want to be careful. You always want to look at both. I stress this throughout almost every Market Watch because you will find deals on TCG player. It just looks like not today. So, Secret Village of the Spellcaster. Excuse the voice crack there. I'm getting over being sick. $2. $2.50, $2.50. So, I had stressed that it would probably simmer down, and now it's probably hitting its low point. I don't think it will go all the way to $1. Maybe $1.50 will be its low point, but this card is too good, and it's in a structure deck where you need to buy 3 packs of the structures at $30. I think this is about its low point. So if you want it, I would get it now. And of course, it's hard to find mint of the supers. And again, $2.15 on eBay. It looks like you can save yourself 15 cents by going on over here. Bujin Tsukiyomi Ultimate Rare. The lowest near mint is $29 for, almost $30, $29.94 for first heads. And over on eBay, $22.98, $23. You save yourself $6, and then unlimited $24, and another percent $25. So you can just save yourself infinite going over to eBay right now. But there's very few quantities before it starts going up. 26, 26, 27, 28, 28. So there's very low quantity of these nice cards. And that's kind of big. And a lot of you guys are like, John, stop doing the hollowed out versions, John. Well, here you go. First ed, ultra lowest. Light play is $16.50. Lowest, again, light play. So, mega pack, $19. We make jokes that it's the McDonald's packs, but yeah, it's $19. So not much of a difference from you going over and snagging this. The $5 increase for Ultimate, like the old days. You don't see that often anymore. Usually the Ultimate, like in Nunchu, goes way higher. So, definitely a pretty good price for hollowing out your card. Excuse me. Like I said, getting over being sick. Not really going to edit this. So, let's touch on a new card. I don't really touch new cards often because they're hype prices. But Dimensional Barrier is at $68, but this is sneak peek price. We don't have a mass release of the set yet, and want until Thursday. So it's definitely to note that Dimensional Barrier hasn't quite earned its price, but it's an amazing card. It's sick. So we will see its interjection into the meta. I expect it on mass release to hit 50 and then start spiking back up, very similar to Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike, if you recall, at its sneak peek started 80 and dipped down a little bit, then quickly went back up. And I expect this to have a similar result. The card's insane. And Tree Toad trending similarly, 68, 88 low, 68, 69. Tree Toad not used in its mini decks, but used in a lot of decks. So both of these are hype prices. I would wait till the mass release, see how many people get there, see how many pop up on market, see how many people bought boxes just to crack and resell, because that does happen. And see, the prices will probably hit a bit of a low and then start rebounding. And that's very common, but I could be completely wrong and these could stabilize here. It's always hard to call, and that's why I try to avoid hype. But I wanted to note on these because they're not available on TCG Player yet. And a lot of you guys sometimes only look there despite my advice. So this is kind of where it's sitting. Metamorphosis Super Rare. Now, a lot of you guys have GOAT decks. And this is from Overdose Gaming, Adam Korn here. And we have a $73. So it was sitting at 50 forever. Now it's looked like it's starting to elevate slightly. And the next one is 100 almost, the 99.50. So this card, if this one goes, the lowest on market is 100. GOAT players like to keep their decks. They like it swagged out, and I thought this was natural over time. I didn't know it would go to Super Book of Moon's old price though, but you do play 2 to 3, so it makes a little sense that all these would get bought up off the market. And not a lot of people would want to let theirs go until like something happened that they need to pay bills, or they just find it not as interesting as they used to, but people really like holding on to their GOAT decks. So it does make a lot of sense. And 200 lowest on eBay, if anyone wants to go post theirs there. I think you're a little more likely to sell than TCG Player. You take higher fees on eBay. That's why the better sellers don't like it as much. And cards on TCG Player tend to spike further, and you can list yours and it's the lowest listing. So definitely why we see this kind of trend. And I don't know what this, it's just TCG Player. Alright, so that concludes our market watch. I do want to note on my last video where people are going to assume that I took bait. If you haven't watched me and talked to me on Twitch and known a lot about me, I love wrestling. I more so did it as a wrestling promo than a trigger, but basically I did feel that my friends and me were personally called cheaters. Like, we do have credentials, so I just wanted to call Asian Eyes back out on that, but nothing personal. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. He does speak what a lot of people's opinions are throughout his comment sections, but you can't just blindly call everybody a cheater. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been another Market Watch. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a huge thumbs up if you want to see more of these. I really do enjoy kind of being the first on the scene with these kinds of things, and it's really fun just seeing how something old can spike up and something even older can spike up. So it's just also nice to kind of see trends, to be right sometimes, and if you're here, sometimes you're making money. So keep watching, guys.